The recent history of chess has been humongous. Who remembers 2020 when there was no such thing as chess? There was only such things as Fortnite, Rocket League, Warzone. There was no such thing as chess. And then all of a sudden you go back to school. It's now 2021. And wow, chess came out of nowhere. Chess is really, really popular. And during the last 3 or 4 years that it's just blown up, seemingly out of nowhere, it has brought back many old faces, many new faces, many kids who have never even touched the sport or the game, depending on how you view it, right? And we've seen a plethora of crappy openings. We've seen these people been trolling in World Chess Championships and laughing and joking about their games. For anybody who actually follows chess news, you understand all of this stuff. The World Chess Championship, Ding Liren making one of the greatest stories ever. But even if you're a casual player, there is always something to learn from chess. And chess has been a game that's been played generation after generation for at least the last 300 years. It has a rich history. Really, really rich history. And you just so happen to stumble across it. So today I'm going to teach you probably the most important lesson that's always overlooked when it comes to chess. And for those of you who are wondering, will it just be the Andrew Tate rubbish? No, it's not going to be the self-accountability that you've probably already heard 5 or 10 times. And the stuff I've already talked about. This is, like I said in the title, something less, low-key. Something that's low-key, something that's not really talked about. And the craziest thing about this secret lesson is you've probably heard of it before. You've probably realised it as you played the game, whether that be on chess.com and then doing analysis, playing with your grandparents and losing because they're like 5,000 rated grandmasters and you can't beat them, it's not possible. Whatever it may be, you would have stumbled across this lesson and you probably would have never known, which is the craziest thing. It's absolute madness. But that's why I'm here to teach it to you today. And this does apply to real life as well, that's why I'm teaching it. And very simply, because I don't want to make you sit here for 20 minutes listening to me talking about chess history. There's many videos on chess history, you can go find them if you'd like. But the most important thing from chess isn't just self-accountability, it's also the fact that there is always a best move to make. There's never just a move where you should waste. There's never a move where you should shuffle your king in the corner after castling, because you're just going to allow your opponent so much time to come towards you and start attacking you. Do you understand what I'm saying? H1, G1, H1, G1, H1, G1, or vice versa if you're black. Or if you castle queens. Chess is a game about tactics. You need to set up your board correctly. You need to make sure that you're looking at everything, everything's protected, you're creating counter pressure, you're safe. To evaluate just how much you're winning, you have to check all of these things. And you have to continue checking them throughout the game. What's his threat? What's my threat? Is my threat better? Is their threat better? What's going to happen? You don't know. Well, you can sort of predict it depending on how good you are at chess. But there's always a best move to be made. Whether this be the fact that there's a mate in 5 sequence against you, and if you make the wrong king moves, then it's mate in 1. Whereas if you make the right king moves, it's mate in 4 now, but it's incredibly different. The point I'm trying to get across is regardless of your scenario, there is a best move. There's always a best move. There's always a move that's substantially better than every single move. Or maybe not even substantially, but marginally better. There's always a time to begin your attack. There's always a time to make the best move. Maybe you haven't made the best move. Maybe you made 20 bad moves in a row. Make the 21st a good move. Maybe you woke up at 6 a.m, scrolled on Instagram until 8 a.m, then scrolled on YouTube until 10 a.m, and then scrolled on TikTok until 12 midday, afternoon. And then you went and ate pizza for lunch. But after all of that bad moves, right? Mistake, blunder, there's still an opportunity to get some clothes on and go on a walk, go on a run, go experience nature, go have a good time. Get in your car, go for a drive, go to the gym, stop doing all of this pizza stuff and do something good for yourself. There's always a chance to rectify and turn around the game. You just have to sort of rely on not only your own intuition to make the best move again and again and again, which is sometimes difficult obviously, but also on your opponents to make bad moves. Because I'm going to tell you a secret, whether you like it or not, the world is competition. There's competition. There's only a limited amount of Nissan GTRs on the planet. If you want a Nissan GTR, you either have to get it from somebody else for cash, or Ask the manufacturers to make a new one for cash, but then not everyone can afford an essentially TI. If you want one house, if you want a mansion in the middle of the woods somewhere in Rowlands or something, Rowlands Castle, you want to buy that, then you need to beat everybody else at the auctions. You want a really exclusive painting, you need to be the person who bets the most to win the painting. Or you could just steal it and then get in trouble. But I'm not advocating that, okay? You didn't hear stealing from me, it's a joke. And yes, I'm giving money examples, but they're the best ones to give, right? They're the easiest ones to give as well, to be honest. They're the ones that are going to resonate with you the most. If you want that calculator at school and it costs £10, everyone has £10, but you were 2 minutes late and they sold out 5 minutes ago. That doesn't make sense. They sold out 5 minutes ago because they only had 5 in stock and you were the 6th person because you weren't quick enough. There's all of these reasons why things might happen, and you could have made the best move by getting ready 6 minutes quicker. So you could have got that calculator for the important test that's coming up. There's all of these examples and scenarios where in life it is required to make the best move. And sometimes the best move is really, really simple. Like I said, you're scrolling in bed for 6 hours. I've wasted 6 hours of my day, I can't get them back. Put your phone to the side. Pretend this is a phone, put it to the side, don't throw it. Get up and do a stretch. Get up and go get some water. Get up and go do something positive for yourself, you know. Rather than laying in bed. Yeah, you've laid in bed for 6 hours. But additionally on your sleep as well. That's a long time, isn't it? 6 hours on your sleep. Yeah, you may have laid in bed for 14 hours. But now you have an opportunity to get out of bed. The same opportunity that you had at 6, at 8, at 10, at 12, and all of these times between. But at least you're doing it now than choosing to do it later. I guess the quote really is better late than never. Obviously find the best move. The best move is getting out of bed. And genuinely it is better late than never. There's all these examples and scenarios, and I'm sure you could source a few just from what I've said so far. You could think of a few inside of your mind. You could really sit there and consider, yeah, you're right. Today I scrolled on Instagram for 2 hours, but at least it wasn't more. How can I get that down? Also, I'm sorry I'm looking away. How can I get that down? How can I take that screen time that's 2 hours on Instagram to 1 hour on Instagram? By next time, catching myself and being able to realise, this is the mistake I'm making. Let's rectify it before it gets bad. Let's rectify it before it becomes an addiction, and before it becomes a crippling addiction to the point where I can't even live without my phone. Like a Cocomelon for babies. Like sugar for Cracky Chan. I've got to be careful what I say these days. I don't know what YouTube's thingy's like, so I hope you know what I mean. Sugar. To be fair, sugar as well. People are addicted to actual sugar. It's crazy. This is because they don't stop themselves. They have one donut, they want another donut, they want another donut. The best move is to stop eating donuts. The best move at the beginning is don't eat the donut. The best move after 3 donuts is stop there and try your best not to eat it. As a matter of fact, don't eat it. That's the best move. So regardless of your scenarios, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can understand there's always a best move to be made. There's always a move that's going to change the game, change your position, elevate your position, make it better, make it less losing in chess. There's always that one move that will take the evaluation from 2.5 back to 1.5. Yes, you're still losing, but now by substantially less. So as always, make sure to find the best move. Make sure to keep trying, make sure to keep going, make sure to do everything you can in your powers, whatever realms you're in. I don't care what realms you're in, I don't care if it's sport, I don't care if it's video games, I don't care if it's professional bodybuilding, whatever your endeavours may be. Make sure to do your best and find the best move every single time. Because there are a lot of things out there that aren't good for you, but you still do. Being able to catch yourself and stop doing them, even if it's one day, it builds something, a little bit of momentum towards that actual ideal life you want to live. The ideal life without pizzas, the ideal life without sleeping in the middle of the day, the ideal life without fish and chips on a Friday afternoon. There's so many different examples, and I just hope you can find the ones that actually make sense in your life, and to try and flip them, try and turn them on their head to 180. Make sure that you're doing your absolute greatest every single day, and then you can't not possibly be proud. I hope that makes sense, right? I hope I actually said that the right way around. But basically, it's impossible to not be proud as long as you try your hardest. I hope you remember this going forward. And as always, may God bless each and every single one of you. Stay strong up there, and we'll see you all tomorrow.